Hello everyone, my name is Peng from University Putra Malaysia, and I will be presenting my research titled The Influence of Menu Labeling on the Calories Ordered Among Malaysian University Students and its Associated Factors. So these are the definitions used for this study. And a little bit of background. Numerous studies have established that eating out was positively associated with overweight and obesity, and more than 64% of Malaysians were found to be eating out every day before the COVID-19 pandemic. And the current practice among our target group, university students, is to eat out for most of their meals due to the convenience and nature of their hostels living conditions. And one of the many strategies that can reduce the rates of obesity is to provide menu labeling. And the purpose of it is to inform consumers on healthier food choices when eating out from home. Currently, menu labeling is provided in several countries such as the US, UK, and Canada. However, in Malaysia, the Malaysian government plans to enact a nationwide menu labeling law only by the year 2025. So for studies of menu labeling on global populations, the findings in general are inconclusive, as certain studies found that menu labeling influences consumer behaviors, like the ordered calories or the consumed calories, whereas some studies do not. This might also be due to the studies not taking into consideration that each individual has different caloric needs according to their BMI. Furthermore, no known studies on the effectiveness of menu labeling have been conducted in Malaysia, as previous studies only assess the intention to use menu labeling. Hence, this study was conducted with the following objectives. For general objective, we aim to investigate the relationship between social demographic characteristics, respondent characteristics, BMI, and the total calories ordered among Malaysian university students in Klang Valley that were exposed to both calorie-labeled menus and non-calorie labeled menus. And here are the specific objectives that I will dive deeper into later on. Okay, so this is our conceptual framework. And now for the study methodology. The study was conducted in 14 randomly selected universities in Klang Valley using a self-administered online questionnaire in the English and Malay language. We also managed to get 400 total study participants. Here's a selection criteria where we target undergrad uni students above the age of 18. Okay, now for our study instruments, our questionnaire consists of 4 sections, starting with some social demographic data like age, gender, ethnicity, and household income level. Next, body mass index, which involved the participant's self-reported height and weight. Then respondent factors, which included the frequency of eating out and the frequency of using labeled menu when eating out. And lastly, a calorie or non-calorie labeled menu. Okay, so now for the study flow chart. So after obtaining study approval from JKE UPM, and we screen our participants, then the survey form was distributed via official university email and through students on social media messaging apps like WhatsApp, Telegram. Then participants will randomly assign either the calorie labeled menu or non-calorie labeled menu, and then the data from the survey was collected. Okay, so now the term total calories ordered, which is frequently used for this study, is a calculation of individual energy needs using the Harris-Benedict equation to calculate their basic metabolic requirements. And then this was then compared to the calorie needs to the median amount of calories usually ordered for lunch by Malaysians. Simply put, total calories ordered is the participant's calorie needs minus the total calories ordered by the participants from the menu. So a positive value will indicate that less calories were ordered compared to their individual needs and vice versa. Okay, so now for special objective 1, to determine the social demographic characteristics, respondent characteristics, and BMI of our study participants. So the mean age of all participants was near 22 years old, with the mean BMI within the normal range at 22. And of the 400 participants, female participants were 64% of the respondents, while male made up the remaining 36%. For ethnicity, the Malay demographic was the highest as they occupied 48.8%, followed by Chinese and Indian with percentages of 38.8 and 7% respectively. So now for household income level, the number of B40, those in the income bracket that earn less than 1,000 USD per month, and M40, those that earn between 1,000 to 2,400 USD per month, study participants were somewhat similar, with percentages around 40% each, while those from the T20 income bracket that earn more than USD 2,400 occupied only 22% of the study. And next, for respondent characteristics, the participants were found to eat out on an average of 4 days per week, and it was reported that menu labeling was rarely used by them when eating out. So next, to compare the total calories ordered by Malaysian university students between those that were exposed to a calorie-labeled menu and a non-calorie labeled menu. So as you can see, there is no significant difference in the total calories ordered between those that were exposed to the calorie labeled menu and those that were not. So to explain our results, some studies were consistent with our findings, whereby they claimed that menu labeling with calories alone did not have the intended effect of decreasing calories, and there was no significant difference in total calories ordered on restaurant customers when presented with calorie-labeled menus. However, there were also studies that contradicted our findings, whereby college students and consumers were found to order significantly less calories when calorie information was posted on the menus. And a study conducted in a university dining hall indicate that the introduction of food labels resulted in a small but significant reduction of the mean total calories purchased per week. And also to highlight, even though our findings were not significantly different, but the total calories ordered among the subjects that receive a calorie label menu were indeed lower. So to explain this may be because one strength of our study is that it takes into account the individual caloric needs, while other studies usually only calculate the total calories ordered and assume that all participants have the same caloric needs. Another factor may be because menu labeling is not commonly found in Malaysia, except for fast food restaurants like KFC and McDonald's. And also for the frequency of using menu labeling when eating out, participants of this survey was found to rarely use menu labeling. And lastly, university students were found to be less willing to select healthier food options when presented with menu labeling without other tools such as nutritional education, social norm provisions, and nudges. Now, for the next objective, to examine the associations between the age and BMI on the total calories ordered among Malaysian university students in Klang Valley that were exposed to calorie-labeled menus only. Okay, as you can see, there is no significant association between age and the total calories ordered, but there was a significant association between BMI and the total calories ordered. Okay, so to explain this, even though most studies typically find that there is no significant association between BMI and the total calories ordered, but in an online workplace lunch ordering website, it was found that only obese customers with BMI of more than 30 ordered significantly fewer calories when exposed to numeric calorie menu labeling. And a potential reason as to why our study showed a significant association for BMI may be due to our study taking into consideration the individual calorie needs of the participants. For age, the finding is in line with numerous studies which found that there is no significant associations between age and the total calories ordered or purchased by subjects. Moving on, to compare the difference in means between gender, ethnicity, and household income level on the total calories ordered among Malaysian university students that were exposed to calorie-labeled menus only. Okay, so for this, it was found that both gender and household income level showed no significant association. However, for ethnicity, there was a significant association to ethnicity and the total calories ordered. So from our study, Indian respondents ordered much less calories than their lunch calorie requirement when presented with a calorie label menu. However, the large majority of studies indicate that ethnicity and total calories ordered among calorie menu labeling intervention is not significant, but our significant findings may be due to the unequal distribution of ethnicity among the recruited respondents, with only 7% of Indians, while the ethnicity distribution for Malay and Chinese was 48.8% and 38.8% respectively. Okay, so for the conclusion, a significant association was found between BMI, ethnicity, and the total calories ordered. However, no significant association were found between age, gender, household income level, and the total calories ordered. The total calories ordered among the participants that received a calorie labeled menu and those that didn't were lower on average, but the findings were not significantly different. And more studies related to menu labeling should be done to get a better assessment of the potential impact of calorie menu labeling among Malaysian university students, which will pave the way forward for Malaysia's plan to implement a menu labeling policy nationwide. So here are my references, and thank you for listening today.